It was a quiet Saturday morning when the tension began. In the small suburban community, the local homeowners association, HOA officer, made his usual rounds, checking for compliance with the neighborhood's strict codes. Residents had grown accustomed to the officer's visits, most of them shrugging off his notices for minor violations like lawn care or unapproved paint colors. However, this particular visit would set off a chain of events that no one had anticipated. The officer arrived at the home of Jake and Emily, a young couple who had recently moved in. Their backyard, though well-kept, featured a small, well-maintained shed that Jake had built himself. The couple had always enjoyed outdoor activities, and the shed was meant to store gardening tools, fishing equipment, and a few hunting supplies. Yet, the HOA officer was quick to inform them that the shed violated the community's code. According to the officer, all structures had to be approved by the HOA before construction, and Jake's shed hadn't received the necessary permits. Frustrated but polite, Jake tried to explain that the shed was small and unobtrusive, built with minimal materials. But the officer wasn't interested in negotiating. He issued a formal warning, demanding that the shed be either removed or modified to meet the HOA's standards. As the officer left, shaking his head, Emily could feel the weight of frustration pressing down on her. Just as they were about to discuss their next steps, there was a knock at the door. Jake opened it to find the local sheriff standing on the doorstep, a familiar face from the neighborhood. The sheriff, a friend of the family, smiled and explained that he had come to see if they were open to something unusual. Apparently, the sheriff had noticed the small hunting trail behind their property, and he was wondering if he could use it to hunt deer that frequented the area. Jake, momentarily stunned by the request, chuckled nervously. "Are you asking if you can hunt on our property after the HOA just told us we're out of code?" The sheriff grinned and replied, "Well, technically it seems the HOA doesn't have a code for hunting, so what do you say?" It was a bizarre turn of events, but Jake and Emily couldn't help but laugh at the irony. Just as the HOA officer was cracking down on their shed, the sheriff was offering a unique and somewhat ironic solution to their rural property's use. After a brief discussion, they agreed that the sheriff could use the trail for hunting. But Jake made a mental note to appeal the HOA's decision. After all, sometimes the laws of the land weren't as clear-cut as the HOA might think.